This video is about the 2024 National Council election in Austria. I explain the situation before the election. The 28th National Council election will take place in Austria on September 29, 2024. The National Council is the central body of federal legislation and consists of 183 members. The composition of the National Council has a major influence on the formation of the government and day-to-day politics. The election is seen by many as pointing the way for the future of the country. The main parties standing are the VP, SP, FP, GRNE, and NEOS. In the last National Council election in 2019, the VP became the strongest party, with 37.5% of the vote. The SP and FP lost a significant amount of votes, while the Greens returned to the National Council after leaving in 2017. The NEOS were able to improve their position slightly. Voter turnout was 75.6%. This election led to a coalition between the VP and the Greens, which governed until 2024. After the 2019 election, there were several government reshuffles. Initially, a coalition was formed between the VP and the Greens. Over the years, however, several ministers resigned, including the then federal chancellor, Sebastian Kurz. Karl Nehammer took over as federal chancellor in December 2021. The Greens retained their ministerial posts, while there were several changes in the VP. Immigration, security, environmental and climate protection, and the economy are the most important issues in 2024. These issues are the subject of intense debate among the population. Supporters of the FP in particular attach great importance to the issue of immigration. The Greens are focusing primarily on environmental and climate protection. These issues will have a strong influence on the election campaign. In Austria, all citizens aged 16 and over are entitled to vote. The right to stand for election, i.e. the right to be elected, begins at the age of 18. Voting is not compulsory. Voters have one vote, which they can give to one party. They can also cast preferential votes for certain candidates. Seats in the National Council are distributed proportionally according to the DONT system. An important change in the 2024 election concerns postal voting. In contrast to previous elections, most votes cast by postal vote will already be counted on election day. This change is intended to make the election results available more quickly. Postal voting is a popular way to vote in Austria. It allows voters to cast their vote even if they are unable to attend the polling station on election day. A total of 6,346,029 people are eligible to vote in the 2024 election. This is around 50,000 fewer than in the 2019 election. The decline in the number of eligible voters is mainly due to the birth deficit and negative net migration abroad. The final number of eligible voters will be announced shortly before the election. This figure is important in order to correctly calculate the voter turnout and the election result. Several parties are running in the 2024 election, including the VP, SP, FP, GRNE, and NEOS. Smaller parties such as the KP and the Beer Party are also represented. Some parties are only running in certain federal states. To be able to take part in the election, the parties had to collect a certain number of supporting signatures. The order of the parties on the ballot paper depends on the date on which their nominations were submitted. The most important top candidates in the 2024 election are Karl Nehammer, VP, Andreas Babeler, SP, Herbert Kickl, FP, Werner Kogler, GRNE, and Beat Mainl-Reisinger, NEOS. These candidates are leading their parties into the election campaign. The parties' election campaigns focus heavily on the personalities of the leading candidates. They play a decisive role in mobilizing voters and shaping the political debate.